Hey, can you guys see me? Can you guys hear me? I know you're like, what just happened? That intro was like quick. I know, I'm sorry. Tech issues. I know you're like, what just happened? Wait, can you guys see me and hear me? Oh no. Oh no. Let me know. Hold on one sec. Let me make sure you guys can see me. Wait, can you guys see me and hear me clearly now? Wait, you can't hear me now or you can hear me now? I'm sorry. See no here. You can't hear me? Why do I feel like you guys can hear me? Let me know. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Hi, welcome. Tech issues. Ah, pain in my touch anything. Kim. Okay, so do I even want to get into it? No, I don't. I felt like tonight was a Melly After Dark type of night, but we're gonna go over this Jen Soto interview and I might do a Melly After Dark. But hi, welcome. Don't touch anything. I kind of love that. The old man said goodnight, Melly. Tell the old man he needs to be up. No, it's StreamYard has been a pain in my ass. Like, you pay for it. What do you guys feel? Do you guys like the new vibes? Yes. Touch the like. Do you like the background? Like, what are you guys feeling? We're gonna go over Jen Potato Head today. I know there's a lot going on in the world. We have a war going on. And that's like deep, right? On a spiritual level and on a political level. And then we have a strike going on, and then we have life going on, and then we have a hurricane going on. So my heart goes out to everyone that is dealing with that. Um, but I needed a break. Like I've been watching a bunch of channels, storm chasing and whatnot, and I'm just like, I read a Diddy indictment earlier, which I felt like a lot of people were interested in, probably because it was older, but I think it matters if you're interested in like the Diddy case and whatever's to come of that. So we're gonna cover Jen Soto. We covered the night 2 days ago. We covered audio interviews from the 27th, and now we're gonna cover the 28th. So it's like an hour long. I hope you guys can hang around. I hope Jen was on the ground level. Right? Yeah. Stop. I know we don't want to talk about this potato, but we're gonna go over this audio interview. I did, I do, I couldn't find this one from the FOIA records that I got from the police department, so we're gonna go use Grizzlies. So Grizzly True Crime, I will link it in my bio description. You already know. If you know, you know. She is always the hookup. I'm trying to find her link right now so you guys can, but I'm sure you guys have probably already heard it or no. The thing is like I hear these things all day long, but if I'm modding, I'm more focused on modding than like listening to the content of it. So we're gonna go through this interview. I'm gonna add it on my screen. Hold on, let me find Grizzly. She's so beautiful. I love her.
There's no place I could think of it gone outside. I mean, we've gone shopping to like Target before.
Okay. but anywhere else that you can think of. What are you thinking about right now?
How this can be true? How I missed the signs?
What signs are you saying you missed?
No, like, I'm just saying, if there were any signs, I didn't see any.
Right. Like, these are, I'm not telling you, like, these aren't just Google images that we found. Like, these are actual images. And I don't want you to, I don't. But this investigation has taken down a step.
Can we talk about that? Like, I don't have any kids, but like, you don't see any signs really of like sexual abuse going on. I beg to differ. I think physically she saw a lot of signs. The signs that was actually right. Maddie was going through it emotionally, mentally. She was talking about it to her therapist. She was sick. She was not sleeping well. She was depressed. I mean, it's disgusting.
Down this road. So wherever you think right now, we want to know so we can go get her safely.
Of course, I just have no idea.
Did Stefan ever take her back down to Newport Richie?
Newport, Florida?
Newport, Florida, I'm sorry.
Alone, no.
Alone? You guys would go together?
Yeah, or I would drive down. Just hang out.
Okay. So when Stefan would not stay at the house with you guys, where else would he stay?
In his apartment in his house in Northport, Florida. That's it.
But when he would visit here, he would always stay in your house? He would never go get a hotel or stay at a friend's house or anything like that?
No, he stayed at our place.
Okay. Why did he go to Newport, Florida this morning?
This morning?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I'm just curious. I heard a rumor that he possibly went down there.
No.
I don't know. That is maybe lost in translation.
No, he didn't. We were in the hotel. If anything, he stepped out to go get some Wawa.
Okay.
And then came back.
But how long was he gone for?
Um,
Does he have a new phone since we have his, or?
I think his dad may have handed him a new phone.
Okay, do you know the phone number to that new phone?
No.
Okay. What's his dad do?
Works in real estate. I think he's a broker.
So look, we just need any information. Any.
No, I know, but there's nothing I can give you. There's nothing I can.
Did you communicate with Stefan on the new phone with your phone? No.
I just wanna. I believe you. I want to believe you, but I won't believe you until I see actual.
Are you sure you want to see that? I'll go get it. Are you sure you want to see that? Take my word of advice. I wouldn't, blow smoke up your butt and tell you, that's a fake picture. I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't. I'm gonna be dead honest with you. I'll be more than happy to show you those images, but I don't know if I would want to see those. But if you want to see them, that's your own prerogative.
Can you tell me what's being done in the photos?
She's sick.
She has a penis in her mouth. And that picture that you said that the stuff identified that Stefan's penis around her, I zoomed in on that photo because in that picture, it's in her mouth.
Oh my God. Her reaction to just finding out, she just sighs.
Do you need any more water? Are you okay?
I literally thought I was coming here for the press conference, but this is not what we're here for.
I know. And it's unfortunate that, these are the details that we found, but I think it's very important now that we kind of sit back, evaluate everything, and kind of think every step of the way where Stefan had been in the past, where he be right now, because at the end of the day, we want to go get her.
Yeah, of course. Oh my God. It's just if I knew anything, I would tell you. I just have no fucking idea where you could be.
So I know
she
that.
Could be.
Say it again, I'm sorry.
Or any idea where she could be. I said they, but
Yeah.
he's here. Was there any... The video footage that was caught at the church? What exactly was seen? I've heard from other people, but I just...
Do you know much?
It looked like someone age that walked by, but it's inconclusive. Right, it was too grainy. The video was not. You couldn't determine who it was in the video, pretty much. So we don't know that she walked by that church. So the last person, Stefan.
Yeah. So we want to know because he's the last person to see her. He claims to have dropped her off at this church before school. Unfortunately,
close to the church.
Close to the church. You know, unfortunately, we know she doesn't go to school that day. You try and go pick her up. What did after Stefan dropped her off? Did he come back home? About how long was he gone for during drop-off?
I want to say from 8:30 to like 10:15 because around 10:15 or 10:20 is when I got a phone call stating that he got home. He had gone to the vape shop, but I don't know if they weren't open or not yet, so he left.
Okay.
And then hung out around the house and waited till I got back for my doctor's appointment.
So he came back home.
Yeah, he did come back home.
Okay.
He grabbed his phone and called me from the house at that point. He had let me know that he accidentally left his phone. He was waiting for the vape store to open, but they never opened, or something like that. And then he went back home just to give the time, and then he went back out later.
Okay. So from 8:30 to 10:15, that's when he's saying that a vape shop was closed and he came back home?
I think so. Something. I mean, I know he was killing time. He does this. He'll just like to aimlessly drive around to kill time. I believe him when he says that he was killing time. Or at least I did believe him.
What's like usually, how long does it take to go do her drop off and come back?
Like 45 minutes.
Okay. So
45, 50 minutes.
So give or take an hour.
Yeah.
So he should have been back home by like 9:30ish.
Yeah.
Okay. But then there's like 45 minutes to 30 minutes of a gap in time there.
Yeah.
Where could he have gone?
He says he was driving around aimlessly, just killing time.
Okay. So then he comes home, let's just say around 10:15 is what you're saying. What time did you get home from your doctor's appointment?
I can't deal with a size. And yes, Lucky, we're going to go over I did Jen Soto first, and then we're going to go over him tomorrow, starting tomorrow. So we'll be watching those interrogations. Wednesday, I love you. I'm glad you made it. Just driving aimlessly with nothing to do or care in the world. Right. We don't buy it.
I'm going to say somewhere between 11 and 11:20.
Fake juice.
And then did he leave again?
Yes.
How do you know he was home? Because you got the call?
Because I got the call and I think I saw him when I got home.
Okay. And then what time did he leave again to go to the vape shop?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure what time he left.
And then...
Oh, actually, hold on, let me think.
Do you guys have a ring at your house? A ring doorbell? Do you have any video doorbell system? Do you have any cameras in the house?
No. I'm going to say gonna say he left around somewhere between 12:30 and 1 o'clock, because I remember looking at the time and going, I don't think he's gonna be done in time running his errands to be back by 2:30 when I need to leave to go.
Okay.
And he said he ran his errands, he stopped at a few comic shops or game stores or something like that. Then he got a flat tire somewhere on 182. He doesn't remember exactly where. I remember him telling me he hurt himself changing the spare tire.
How did he hurt himself?
Something slipped while he was doing something with what's the crank that pops up that brings
The lift or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
The
about.
jack.
Something slipped and his finger got caught between the frame and the jack, I think. So
Okay.
he had to pull out his finger. So I know he's got a Band-Aid on his finger right now because of that.
So what time do you leave the house to go?
2:30.
2:30?
Yeah, she gets out at 4. It takes me about 20 minutes to get to school, and then I wait about an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, for the car line and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to be the first in line.
So at what point did you think, something's up?
Around 4:10 when she did not come out of school, and I was the first in line. I was holding up the line. I'm the first in line, there's cars behind me, and they already have their kids.
Right.
So when I noticed she had not come out, I drove away thinking, maybe I missed her. Maybe I forgot to tell her that I was picking her up from school today because I have a new work schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So
What do you do for work again? I'm sorry.
I work at Walt Disney World, front desk concierge at Coronado Springs.
Okay.
I just recently, that's the biggest reason I even called Stefan, was to come help me this week with her getting her to school, helping with the dog. That's the whole reason I even called him, was to come help me.
And what car did he come up in from down there in?
In his dad's Cadillac.
Okay. All right. So you kind of get some concerns when she's not coming out.
She's not coming out, so I drove off along the same path she would have walked. I didn't see her. Is she here yet? She goes, no. And I said, oh, maybe I missed her. Maybe
Does she
still-"
sometimes walk home from school?
Yeah, she does.
To, and then you pick her up from there?
Yeah.
Okay.
She didn't make it. So I drove back to I think at this point I had called her best friend to ask.
We
Because I
know,
went to pick her
right?
up from school and I didn't see her.
Right.
Like,
And she said,
these
no.
are from the 28th, but we know she's a liar. Like, why would you just show up? She's like, oh, I'm the first one there. And then when she's missing, I'm just going to send an email after hours, right? Like, it makes no sense.
She never made it to first or second period.
Okay.
And I was like, can you please check with your other friends to see if she made it to her other periods?
Mm-hmm.
I think at this point I emailed her teacher.
Right.
There's the
Snapchat?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay. She just has the Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay. So, office, you realize she's not there either. Is this when you go home?
No, I go back to the school drive the path again to see if I missed her. And then I go back to the school to check their attendance because her friends are telling me she never made it. But when I got to the school was already closed.
Mm-hmm.
So I drove back. I think at this point I had gotten a response from one of her teachers telling me she never made it to my period, and then he checked the attendance for the rest of the day and she never made it to any of her periods.
Gotcha. Okay.
This is when I start to panic and freak out because I know something is wrong. Sorry, I just thought about that image.
It's okay. Take your time.
I just thought about that image. Really?
What was Stephanie's reaction when you...
I called him and I said, she never made it to school. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, she got dropped off. I was like, you dropped her off? She never made it to school.
Mm-hmm.
I said, please come to the office right now. He goes, okay, I'm heading there right now. So he hauled ass, came to the office.
And you're driving your car and he was driving his car?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he made it to the office and then we or she might be. We were both sitting there pretty upset, pretty distraught, just thinking of the worst case scenarios. Eventually, we found out that there were missing, also 2 other missing children in the area, and that all the cops had gone to a park. So one of my family members went to the park to speak to an officer, to try to get an officer to come back to the office, and he did. And then he took our report. That was about 7:30, I think.
Monday night.
Yeah.
And what's Stefan's kind of demeanor been since then?
He's been absolutely a mess.
Do you think he would ever?
What?
I don't think he would, no.
Okay.
I missed that part. He's absolutely a mess. Because he knows he's going to jail.
I understand.
Like, I believe you when you talk to me about those images. Those images might be real, or they've happened, but I don't believe they're related to this case. I don't think.
It's been going on. It's been going on.
Wait, I totally missed that.
Like, and I wish I could say, you know, it's not true. It's not. I mean, we have images. We have them. I looked at them. This goes all the way back to 2022. Some of those pictures. I understand it's a lot to take in right now. I can only imagine what you're going through, but we need to know literally everything. I mean, at the end of the day, like I've told you many, many times, the sheriff's office main goal here, we want to find and bring her back home. That's what we want. But we need your help. We can only do so much. You're with her on a daily basis. You understand everything. But at the end of the day, we just need to know. Did he make any mention of going anywhere, taking her somewhere when he came into town? I know you said they like to play games together.
No, he wasn't taking her or going anywhere.
Okay.
Wednesday says, I feel like someone who is truly in denial would also be angry at the cop or something, right? What's up with the sign? I know, he better go. I can't believe he doesn't have to, right? Lee says, lucky bring your... Stephanie says, that's the high school elementary. Oh, see, it's different. It was different, right? Back when I was in high school. Very long time ago. But my parents always knew when I was ditching or something. Like I mentioned that before on a live. They always knew when I was like gone or missing or ditching or misbehaving.
And prior to coming up Sunday, when's the last time he's been here?
I'm gonna say it's been over a month.
Okay. Has she ever made any comments to you about sex or anything like that? Being abused or anything like that? Hold on one second.
Sorry, just 1 second.
One second.
Yeah.
So there might have been a little bit of miscommunication here, but a Kissimmee police officer detective is going to come speak to you about everything that we just talked about, okay?
Okay.
So they're going to come talk to you with an Orange County detective. So I don't want to go too much further into it with you because they're going to go a little bit deeper. They know a lot more than I do. Okay, so they'll be able to explain a little bit more to you. Is that fair? In the meantime, do you need to use the bathroom or anything? It's okay. Take your time. Do you need any more water? Okay.
Are they coming here to interview?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, you're not gonna have to go anywhere.
I don't want to see those images, but I do. I feel like I need proof evidence, but like I'm afraid of being traumatized forever, so I'm not sure what to do.
That's okay. And the 𝐂𝐶 detective,
What?
we'll go over everything with you, okay?
Did she say I feel like I need to see those images, but I'm gonna be traumatized forever? Do you guys hear that? What? That's that I had not heard that before. That's wild.
Okay. What'd you do before that? Can I get you anything? How long you been working at Coronado Springs for?
Less than 2 weeks.
Oh, so you just started there?
Yeah.
Are you just like in training, or how does it work?
Yeah, I'm in training right now.
Okay. What'd you do before that?
I was a substitute teacher for a little bit, but for the most part, for the last few years, I've just been living off disability.
Okay. I'll be right back. I got you.
If you guys have found evidence of him being in front of the store like he said he was, like it's possible that his story might be true and somebody else could have taken her. Like I'm just thinking, like, what if we're focusing, like, okay, the sex things happened, right? But what if that's completely side, like a side thing and not having to do with this, like her missing?
Yeah.
What if
I
somebody
got you.
else?
So just like Detective Khalees explained, that's why the Kissimmee detective and the Orange County detective are going to come and talk to you about it. Obviously, it's two different things that we're talking about, but they may be tied together. They may not. We're not sure. But that's why we want to talk to you and get as much information as possible. That's what the detectives are going to come and talk to you and, try to help us out and get as much information.
Am I allowed to talk to my sister right now?
Right now, just hang on for right now until after they're done.
I think I'm at the press conference, but I'm not. Can you tell me? You weren't there. I just want to know what was said at the press conference. What did I miss?
They'll let you know. What are you worried about that you missed?
She's so worried about what she missed, right? Rather than like her daughter. Hello? Your boyfriend just got caught for abusing her. Lucky says she was with her. I'm going to be traumatized. It's my birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday. Don't know how to press charges. Would Elaine to risk it to sleep with it? Right. Hey, Mary Beth. Thanks for popping in and place her theories. And she says all the stuff that happened choked. Right. Hey, Krista. I wonder how Jen is spending her days right now. She just like doesn't care about Maddie. She's like, oh, what's going on with Steven and all this. It's just
Nothing, just
gross.
if there's a new piece of information that I haven't heard or something. But I know you guys are keeping me in the loop.
Yep.
I just keep hoping. Just hoping she's still out there and she's still alive. I don't think Stefan would have done anything to her. But I just got a text from Stefan's dad asking where he could, because I guess he was at the conference. Now he's just waiting.
Okay.
He's asking where he could wait.
He can wait either in the front sorry, it's the west lobby. So it's the one where the big flagpoles are in. It's the main entrance.
She's so worried about her man. Her man. Maybeth, you deserve some. Oh, I appreciate you. You're so kind. But like, I do. I appreciate that. You're very sweet. Thank you. But like, she's so worried about her man's. The predator. The predator. I like the way. Oh, thank you, Maybeth. I really appreciate that. You're sweet. That means a lot. Thank you.
Or he can wait in the car.
In the west lobby, the main entrance with all the flags.
Yeah. Yeah, with the big flagpoles. It's the one that says Orange County Sheriff's Office right at the front. It's on the easiest way to find it, it's on the Colonial Drive side.
Is Colonial Drive this road right here?
It's not the one that you guys came through, it's the other one. The one that goes east to west.
He says that's where he is. What's the other? That's your work phone?
No.
Is that what?
But that's the
Okay, thank you.
So the reason I am here, or we are here, is because we think when it went missing, you live in our city limits. Okay. So that's the reason we got involved now. Okay, you understand?
Yeah.
All right, so I understand you probably answered a lot of questions and you've got a lot of stuff going on. I am apologizing now. I may ask you the same things that you've already been asked. That's just because I like to hear it for myself. Okay, and I know you've been speaking with her quite a bit, but we want to do what we can as soon as possible. Okay, so that's our main focus right now. All right. So, but before I get started, your first name is Jennifer, right?
Yeah.
And your last name is?
Soto, S-O-T.
So, what's your telephone number?
718
Okay.
938
Okay.
1553.
And you live?
They didn't redact that.
What apartment number is that?
Building.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you, and once again, I apologize. So on Monday, you've gone to school. Is that right? Okay. So tell me how that morning went. Actually, let's go the night prior.
Okay.
So,
Night prior, she had a birthday party. I couldn't be there because I was at work.
where do you work at?
Disney World. I'm front desk at Coronado Springs.
Okay.
She had a birthday party. She had a good time. She spent the entire time with my family. Later that evening around 8:30, my sister dropped her off at my house. And she started getting ready for bed, or doing her nighttime routine, which is take her meds and get in the shower. About 10 minutes after she arrived, Stefan arrived, and he let me know that she was doing what she was supposed to be doing.
So he went to check on her in the shower. Sick.
He arrived. He made sure she was doing what she was needed to be doing. I got home around 10:30 and saw that she was almost ready for bed. I ate. We talked for a little bit. Asked how the birthday party was to show me her gifts, how everything went, and then she went to bed.
And this is around, you said around 10:30 she went to bed?
Around 11.
11, okay.
At this point, I sent them. We have 2 bedrooms. We're a 4-bedroom townhouse, but there's a bedroom and a guest bedroom.
Okay.
I sent them upstairs to the guest bedroom because I had not slept well the night before. I had forgotten my psychiatric meds and I was feeling off. I was not feeling okay. So when I got home from work, I said, guys, I need a good night's sleep. They all wanted to sleep in my bed, all 3 of us together.
Okay. Is that normal?
Yeah, for us to do that, yeah.
Okay.
When he sleeps with me, if he's around, he'll sleep upstairs sometimes in the guest bedroom or with us in our bed. But the 3 of us on my bed is pretty uncomfortable. It's a king. Sleeps like a monkey. She just kicks and punches.
One or 2, I know.
Yeah. Chill up on one side and wake up on the other. It's just, yeah. So I asked them to sleep upstairs that night to give me a good night's sleep. And they said okay, they would. And from what as far as I'm aware, they went upstairs. They went to sleep. I was woken up around, I want to say 8 o'clock in the morning.
We know how we feel, right? We've already been through this part, her sending them off to sleep together. Like, you would not catch me sending my man off to sleep with my daughter or anyone, let alone. Actually, it would be contrary. Like, if you weren't sleeping with me, I'm not sure what we're doing here, right? Like, is that how you guys feel? Like, I know you guys feel that same way. Selfish, yeah. Yeah, Mary Beth. Me, Jen. I need my sleep. But I'm popping pills anyway, so I'm really not asleep. Wednesday says, I realize it's hard to say both, that Maddie sleeps with her head on her shoulder and that she kicks and pushes. Which one is it, right? Yay! Hi, Juju. I'm glad you made it. Never in a million years. No. Right. I just don't see it. Like, I don't know. Do you guys want to share time? How was it? Like, did you used to sleep with your dad growing up in bed? How was that? Did you not used to? What was like the dynamics? I'm curious. We talked about it, I know, in my previous live 2 nights ago. I know people got weird. I talked about like trauma and stuff, and people like, I feel like people were weird about it. It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. I like am very comfortable talking about uncomfortable things. I think because I've been through them. So I feel like I'm very comfortable with like addressing things like grape and divorce and familial issues and trauma and mental health and criminal, like the criminal justice system, and how mental health incorporates into that. And it's uncomfortable. I know. It's like, ugh. But why are you sending your daughter to sleep with your boyfriend? Not even like her biological father. My dad, even to this day, I'm like in my 30s, and my dad won't even to this day, won't even like share like anything with me. Like, I mean, he'll share his life and everything, but like if it comes to even when I sleep over, he's like, oh yeah, like, so like your room, because I still have like my room at his home, like it's one of those things. We're that close. Um, but it's like he's even weird about that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I'm more comfortable, I think, than he is. I like when my kids fall asleep with me, my husband's 5 hours. Well, it's different, right? Like the age and the dynamics. But if you're sending them off like Jen is, and there's porn material, corn, I should say. I'm gonna be like, I'm so in trouble by YouTube. I just say everything because like, why are we censored? Why do we have to censor like rape, abuse, sexual trauma? Like, why are those things censored? Those are things that human beings and us deal with, right? I don't understand why I have to censor those, but they usually would wake up and go to their own bed. The fact that he was tracking her period is like so weird
On Monday,
in itself.
by
Like,
Stefan trying to put the leash
what do
on
you
the dog
mean?
to walk him.
He's tracking her
And I got
period.
up to try to help him with it, but Stefan got it and walked him and told me to go back to bed, so I went back to bed.
Okay.
I heard people in the kitchen. I'm not sure exactly who because I do have roommates and they're up at all hours. So I heard somebody in the kitchen as soon as I leave for
Yeah.
school.
And this whole case revolves around
On
rugs.
her nightstand. I know she walked into the kitchen, into her bedroom.
Why do we
to
have
get
to
ready and
censor
all
that?
Because she left her phone on her dresser in her bedroom. And I know she did that while she was getting ready that morning.
Now, what is considered her bedroom? Where?
In the living room.
Okay.
Okay, share time. Like, this weekend I went and had dinner. I like visited my parents. They're like a couple hours away. I went and visited them and I forgot my phone somewhere. And like I had a panic attack. Like I was panicking. I had a panic attack. I was like throwing a fit. And I'm an adult, right? So like I don't believe Maddie left her phone on purpose. Maybe. I feel like we're so attached to our phones nowadays. Like he says, because it was said that the family said not pregnant because they had the autopsy. She's underage. We have to take in consideration underage, the laws, statute, and then also if Maddie was pregnant, how far along was she, right? Because if she's a minor, I think fetal development matters as well. I think past a certain amount of weeks, I don't think it's considered viable. I don't know. It depends on the state laws, but yeah, rugs and grapes, right? This case is disgusting. Absolutely. But again, why do we have to censor real life? A single mom life artist says, I had a single mom and we slept together sometimes because I wanted to be with her. Shh. Asked what she dated, never brought. It's different, yeah, right? We have to remember like all the factors, right? Like Maddie didn't have her own room. She was sleeping in the living room. Like, were they pimping her out? Like, what do you mean? We're gonna listen to those other roommate interviews too, but people with ADHD never forget their phones. It goes back to the other night, Wednesday, when we were talking about like autism and ADHD, right? We agreed that I believe truly some autistic people, like they're so smart, they wouldn't forget their phone or tablet. It goes back to the Sebastian Rogers case, right? And like Jen Soto's like, oh, her birthday party, it was so much fun and she had so many gifts and like it was the best night of her life. And then when in the Sebastian Rogers case, we hear like, oh, the colossal popcorn, it was like the best thing ever, blah, blah, blah. And then we heard it in the Summer Wells case, right? Like, hey, military ma. How many times do we see it over and over, right? For us true crime junkies, like we don't buy that. I'm so glad you made it, military ma. Yes. 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 Okay. Let's play this. Hi, Augie, my beautiful Augie. I'm glad you made it. Super glad you made it.
We've got like a little wall partition, and she's got a bedroom in the living room. It's got a bed, a dresser, a desk, and a TV. She doesn't sleep there though. She just hangs out there during the day. That's her space. She'll hang out there. But yeah,
So she hangs out there, and then at night she sleeps with your boyfriend. Okay, got it. We got it.
got ready, supposedly.
We got you, Jen.
And they were off. They left to school early. I'm not sure what time they left.
What time does her school start, do you know?
She's got to be at school at the latest by 9:28.
What, do you know what time her school starts?
9:28.
Okay. Okay.
From what I was told, he dropped her off somewhere between 8:30 and 8:45, or somewhere along that line, around that time.
And Stefan told you this?
Actually, that timeline might be from like the cameras, the church cameras you guys have told me about, but we don't know if that was really her, so I'm not sure about the timeline anymore. He said he went, I think he had given me a timeline of, he dropped her off somewhere between 8:20 and 8:45, but he's not sure exactly what time.
Okay.
He said they were making good time that morning. He was like super impressed with how quickly she got up, got ready, and was out the door. I know she wanted to meet up with her friends at school early, and I know
Did she tell you that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I know she wanted McDonald's early that morning for breakfast, but Stefan said she was asleep in the car for the majority of the car ride, and he kept trying to talk to her and talk her into getting McDonald's, but she kept saying, no, just drop me off. So this is where she got dropped off, somewhere on the road, close to school, and then I don't know what happened to her. But this is what I was being told happened that morning.
Gotcha. And then
I don't know what happened
you went
in
to
her
pick her
life.
up after school. Is that right?
Yeah. I left the house at 2:30. School is not let out till 4 o'clock, but it takes me about 20 minutes to drive, 25 minutes. And then I wait that hour outside. I like being the first car in line. I like being the first.
Through the line, if you know.
Exactly. So I like. I waited that hour and something minutes for 4 o'clock to show. 4:04 is when the bell rings. Waited there until like 4:10, and she didn't come out. That only sounds like a few minutes, but in those few minutes, the cars behind me got full of children. I'm the first in line, so there's cars behind me already picking up their children. They're waiting to get out. So I felt pressured and rushed. So I decided to drive away. I'm like, she's not here, something's wrong. Or maybe I forgot to tell her that I was picking her up. Maybe she just decided to walk. She'll do this sometimes. This is pretty close to the school. So I decided to drive along the path that she would have walked. And I asked, has she made it? And they said, no. And I said, okay, let me drive the path again and see if I see her along the way.
So she leaves because she already knew she wasn't there, right? Her subconscious already knew that Maddie wasn't there. So she's going to go and drive along the path where allegedly she walked and got dropped off. I don't understand why she's not arrested yet. Stephanie blah says blah 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 blah. Can we? I'm feeling those vibes. She really just said it takes 25 minutes to drive 25. I love you for pointing that out. That's hilarious. Let's start counting the ums. Yes, HC teacher. I remember who you are. Of course, my love. Thank you for being here. That's hilarious. Yeah, no, Jen's a clown. Like she missed like math, how to tell time, how to tell lies. Um, it's ridiculous.
Driving along the path, I'd park on the road where she would be walking, and I waited there for about 15 minutes and nothing. She didn't appear. At this point, I returned back to the office. She should have been at the office by this point. It's like 4:35.
That's the thing Wednesdays. Like we watch true crime all day on different channels, but like the channels we watch, it's like so much based off opinion and perspective, right? And so like sometimes I watch something on one channel and then I go watch it on another channel where I'm modding and it's like it's different and we catch things and we see things differently. And I think that's like the really nice thing about it, right? That we have a varying opinion and different perspective and we're all wired different chemically and naturally as human beings, right? So we all have a different look and that'll be ever changing, right? And that's okay. So I like the different opinions and perspectives we all bring to true crime.
She did not appear. So at this point, I call her best friend and I asked her best friend, with you, I don't think I told her I was coming to pick her up, but she's not walking or she's not at school. And she said, no, she never made it to first or second period. And I said, what do you mean she got dropped off? And she's like, she never made it to first or second period. I said, can you please check with your other friends to see if she made it to her other periods? At this point, I start panicking and I drive back to the school to check her attendance, but the school office had already closed. So
What time was this?
This is around 4:45.
Okay. And the school was closed already?
Mhm.
Okay.
I think they closed at like 4:30. I went to the school, I rang the bell, they were closed, nobody was opening the door.
So why would you email if you know they're closed and the bell rang and everyone's gone and gone home?
So we decided to leave, but I had already emailed one of her teachers. I think when I had spoke to her best friend, I had emailed the teacher. The teacher confirmed that she never made it to his period and never made it to any of her other periods that day. He checked her attendance for the whole day. When he told me this, I realized something was really wrong. It was truly wrong. And a panic attack.
And what time was this?
I want to say around 4:45, 4:50.
Okay.
And yeah, I called Stefan. I asked Stefan, like, did you drop her off? He said, yeah, why? I'm like, she never made it to school. He's like, what? What do you mean? I'm like, I don't know. Just, she's not here. She's not here. And he drove immediately to the office and then waited with me. I was having a panic attack, trying to stay calm, but it was really hard. I think we waited about 3 hours for the police to show up. I think 2 children had gone missing around the same time in a park nearby, so all the cops were answering that call. Eventually a family member went over to the park and spoke to an officer and let him know, hey, there's another missing child, please come take the report. So they followed him and brought him to the office, and then he took down our statements and made the report, and then everything, the process started. They were there for, I'm gonna say 1 to 2 hours, and then it was time to go home.
Okay.
I agree, Kim. If she ever does get charged with anything, she's going to play the insanity card. Julie, I think you changed your name, right? Just let me know if I'm wrong. HC teacher says, plus she never went out to search for and why stay at the mother's office. We agree with the mother, the whole thing at the insurance office. Why'd you email? Like, hello, teacher, my child is missing. Get back to me whenever you can at your earliest convenience. You're closed and it's past like 6 p.m. at night. Like, wouldn't she want to go home? So she came home, right? I don't have children, but you best believe I'm not going to be like emailing. Like I'm the type that I would probably show up to like the police department, and probably like catch a charge because I would be like, "Hello, my daughter's missing. Is no one paying attention? Hello?" Like I'm really that person. Don't judge me based off on like that, right? We don't I'm aggressive to an extent. Um, but I'm not going to be emailing like my missing daughter, can you please like get back to me whenever you can? Thank you via email.
So ever since then, since the officer took the report, or the deputy took the report, have you
I love it.
been looking for,
I love it, Dewdrops.
have you been driving around?
I've been staying at home just in case she comes home.
Okay.
My family, I have a huge family.
Mhm.
They've been driving around, they've been walking the walking pathway to school. They've been handing out, they've handed out like 1,000 flyers already.
Mhm.
They're the ones who contacted the news.
Has she gone missing before?
Never.
She's never ran away, even if it's for a couple hours or anything like that?
I think this is hilarious. And the way she answers the call from the principal. Oh, hi, principal. Yeah, I'm okay. Like, I'm just here wearing my face mask. Like, hello. Yeah, my daughter's missing. No worries. Just, no biggie. The principal just calls me every day. Like, no, I'd be going and saying email. Right, Augie. No, seriously, I'd be shaking. No, I would seriously be like, where's my kid? When there's like spicy later. No, I'd be like, where the hell is my kid? What do you mean she's not here? Like, she's supposed to be in class. It's funny because now I say that if I had kids, I would be that way, but like I used to ditch all the time. I was like a little troublemaker, rebel kid in high school, middle school, even elementary school. I'm not ashamed of it. Like, but, thinking now back like to my parents, bless their hearts, bless her soul. Like, wow. Right? It's stressful.
Okay.
You're like, this isn't about you, Melly.
So when you physically or talked to her, it was the night
Yeah.
before.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay. And how was she then? What was her demeanor?
Happy. She had the best birthday party.
Oh my God.
She loved her presents, her gifts. She got a lot of money.
This is the part. Can you connect it? Like I said, oh, she had the best birthday party, the gifts, and then Sebastian Rogers. Oh, the colossal popcorn dinner, the arcade, and then we have Summer Wells, right? And then we have who else had an amazing night before they were brutally disappeared? There's a couple other cases of children involved. She sounds like the first grade teacher that got the teacher. Yeah,
She
Lily.
was showing me all that. Yeah.
Okay. So how was her sleeping habits? I know you said she was up and at 'em in the morning. Is she, because some kids like to sleep all day, some kids get up and then they're ready to go. What's she like?
So when she sleeps with me and I have to wake her up, she's difficult. She'll snooze 3-4 times. We'll hit the alarm a few times, let it ring, and then go back to sleep. And then let it ring and then go back to sleep. When it's her waking up herself and she sets her own alarms on her phone, which is what I think she did that morning, she usually gets up pretty quickly. She doesn't snooze. She'll get up, she'll immediately go do what she needs to do. And then she'll either lay back down in bed and snooze until it's time to go, or
So I'm confused. What nights does she wake up by herself and she's coherent enough to wake up by herself, Jen? And what nights do you need to wake her up? Is it the nights she's drugged up and assaulted, or vice versa? I mean, really, let's talk about the sleeping pattern. As a child, you would think it doesn't matter because like whatever, right? But I personally, I dealt with trauma, so like my sleeping pattern was critical to like my mental health as a child growing up. So I feel like So what nights did you care, Jen? Or were you what nights were you sober enough, Jen, to notice that she was waking up or not waking up, right? Like if we want to get deeper into those details.
Or yeah, just be ready to go.
Do you take her to school?
Yeah,
Okay. And when you take her to school, where do you drop her off at?
at the school.
Okay, so you pull in through the line and drop her off at the front and stuff like
Yeah.
that. When she goes to school, when you take her to school, is she talkative in the car, or what does she do on the way there?
Not really. She'll be on her phone. We'll listen to the radio station, or listen to some Taylor Swift. Yeah, she's pretty quiet. Or she'll be snoozing, sleeping. Um, yeah.
Okay. So going back to Stefan, was Stefan at the birthday party?
No.
No, okay.
He was traveling from Northport, Florida to Kissimmee,
Where's Northport?
Sarasota County.
Oh, okay. And he got here when?
So if she got dropped off around 9:30, 8:30, he probably showed up around 8:45.
Did you know he was coming?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys hung out?
I
What did you
invited
guys do that night? Okay.
Yeah. What did we do that night? I only spent about 30 minutes with them because I had to go to sleep. I had to take my meds and go to sleep. And I know that they need to go to sleep because they have to go to school, or she had to go to school. I usually like making bedtime around 10:30. So when I got there and she was still up, I understood why she was still up. She was waiting for me and wanted to show me all her presents and stuff. But by 11, I was just like, you guys need to go to bed. It's late. Like, it's super late.
Yeah, I am curious. I know we talk about it, but it's like an ever-changing thing, right? Our opinion with this case. I very much feel like it's based off our personal experiences and perspectives. So Military Moss says, I do believe she was unaware of what was happening. She was too worried about her meds and sleep. Those were her first priorities. Okay, so do you guys think she was coherent enough to know what was going on or not over the period of 7 years? No, I'm really curious. I've worked with children of SA abuse. I'm a mental health advocate, so the children that I have worked with, a lot of their parents didn't know for a while. And I do give them that much. Like, but I think 7 years, I don't know. But I do believe mental health, drug use, medication use, psychological, all of that plays a role and a factor. I do think. But I do think Jen knew what was going on, in my opinion. I think it was willful ignorance, right? I think her and Stefan were self-medicating. To what extent, though? Like, if they're self-medicating and drugging Maddie to assault her, like, how are they self-medicating and coherent enough to commit these acts? Because if you're thinking like Jen and Stefan, pig vomit, they're like high off pills and drugs, right? So high that they don't really realize what they're doing. But the only one drugged up and incoherent is Maddie at the end of the night, right? Question mark or not? We don't know, right? There's things we don't know and we'll never know. HC teacher says, I think she had to know something inappropriate. Also, kids will draw it out and write things in their essays. When I dealt with trauma, it was like really weird. It was really like, as a child, I would get really like dark at times. I know you're like, what are you even saying, Melly? I'm not ashamed of it. I'm very proud of people who can overcome trauma and like talk about it, right? And so like when I went through trauma as a child, I felt like I would very much close myself off. I was coherent enough, but I guess thinking back to it now, I don't know, like I feel like Jen definitely knew. But do I think she had mental issues? I guess that's like the climax of my venting to you guys, is like I do feel like there was like a mental capacity there that she couldn't handle. I think she knew something because she said that the comment about Woody Allen, and she should report anyways. Right. Very cold woman. Right. No, I'm curious. We all go through things. Medicaid doesn't. Are you guys talking about the Botox? Okay, moving on.
Sorry, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Is it normal if he comes to see you that he?
Yeah, the wedding Allen
Or-
comment is what set me
Yes,
off. I
it's
was like,
normal for him
okay.
to sleep upstairs in the guest bedroom.
Okay. What makes it different from when he sleeps with, or the three of you, or upstairs by himself?
It all depends on the circumstance of what's going on. For the most part, if it's a school week and school,
I agree.
I send them upstairs because I know that my alarms are going to go off multiple times super early in the morning, and I don't want to wake him up. Difficult to wake up, so I have to constantly be talking to her, shaking her. So for the most part, it's downstairs and he goes upstairs.
What made it different?
I can't listen to this interview because I'm like, she's so freaking ignorant. Lily, I agree. You said mental issues do not justify. No, they don't. I agree with you. I'm not making any justifications. I don't want you to think that. Or anyone. But nothing. You're right. Mental issues do not justify. For 7 years, it's a long time, right? It's like the factors. We have to look at like the fact that she sent them to bed. She said it, we heard it. She willingly, knowingly did that, right? So to me, it's like I don't need anything else. If you're gonna be talking like that and acting like that, you're committing a crime. Hi, Britt Nicole. Thanks for making it, my beautiful friend. Okay, my question: where did that cash come from? Yeah, no, he's a bum. Why does she need Botox? Yeah, Jen, you don't need no Botox. You need mental health. Yeah, my mom, and that's fine, get it, but don't be spending your money on Botox. Yeah, my mom knew something was up with me because my whole attitude changed almost overnight. Yeah, life artist, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate you for sharing that. For me, it was like the same thing. There was like weird behaviors that I would do, like when I went through trauma. Not weird. I don't mean weird. It was just odd, different. That's what I mean, to be technically and scientifically and professionally correct. She's seen Maddie as a rival, not a daughter. Yeah, the Woody Allen comment threw me, like, set me off. I'm like, you were jealous.
Different that night? For
The fact that I forgot my bipolar meds Saturday night, and I was not acting normal Sunday, and I realized Sunday night, oh my God, I forgot my meds Saturday night, which is why I've been so freaking weird today. I'm like, I need to take these meds and I need to sleep. I need like a good night's sleep. I can't wake up early in the morning. I can't take her. I can't do any of that. Like, I need you to do it. That's primarily the reason I told him to come from Northport, Florida to help me was this week because of training at work. I needed help. I needed support. So I invited him up to help me with that.
Jen, if you need support to do your job, why are you taking care of your child? Should you have maybe voiced like, oh, I cannot mentally care for a child?
Did you work on Monday?
No, I was off.
You were
Yeah,
off
Mary Beth.
Monday.
Me. Me. Jen Soto.
So Monday during the day, what did you do throughout the day?
I had a blood work appointment at 10:15, 10:30. That took a little while to be seen.
Did Stefan go with you?
No. He was not home he had not gotten home by the time I left.
Do you remember what time you left?
Around, I think 9:30.
And where was your blood work at?
About 15 minutes away.
Which way, towards Kissimmee or Orlando?
Towards Orlando, it's on the border of Kissimmee, Orlando's in the loop. It's across the street from the loop. There's a doctor plaza there. There's a lab.
Pause your guys' comments. Kim says, because of 2 days of freaking training. I know. Dewdrop says, I had childhood trauma and that was definitely hard, but that's another story. No, and I welcome that. We need to talk about it. We're going to do a live where we talk about it. I like to talk about that stuff. I'm not ashamed. Like I said, I'm not ashamed of it. I'm very comfortable with it. So like, I want my channel to be that kind of platform where we can talk about those things. No judgment, no shame. It's hard to talk about stuff that we've all been through, especially mental health. People like judge you and look at you differently and assume that you're a bad person, or like because you once did bad things. It's like it's like if you know like hip hop, like the whole Diddy thing, like DMX, the rapper, one times he said he's like he answered a question once and it was like, why did you choose to be a bad guy? And he said, I was never a bad guy. I just did bad things, right? And so like that's where I'm at with like Jen is she saw this happen for 7 years. That's what I'm saying is like I feel like she's not a good person. Definitely. Yeah. Hi, Mike. Thanks for making yay, Mike. Am I rambling? You're like, stop. No, but anyways, what I was saying is like it's hard to talk about stuff like that. Jay said she got up for Maddie at school 8:30. She said she went to bed at 11:30ish that night. How much more of a good night's sleep does she need? And like 2 days of training, right? Her mother helped. Yeah, and someone said earlier, who was it? They were like, oh, Kim, stop. Your mom and sister live nearby. There were so many opportunities she could have taken to get her daughter out of that environment,
So I was
right?
at court when I got work done.
Okay.
Waited there for a while. Then I must have gotten home sometime between Wednesday 11:15, 11:30, something like that, or from 11 to 11:30 sometimes. And he was there.
I guess my point of the DMX comment was like, it doesn't justify us, right? But the factors behind what we like, things that we do. And I think Jen lying, sending her kid off to sleep with someone, being high and allowing it. It's a whole nother thing. HC teacher says, yes, this is really good. Like, this is a really good question. Do you want to be known for the good things you do or the bad things? Right. Right. Melly, we should have a private Zoom meeting where we can all chat privately without the trolls. Yeah, I want to do like something like that. Once I can get my channel to like, a little more advanced. Yeah, I want to do that. I know, it's so weird. I talked about trauma, I think like a couple days ago on one of my lives, and I could just feel the vibes through the screen that people were just so uncomfortable. Like, I'm a very spiritual person, so like I could feel it. Like I could feel that people were not comfortable with talking about uncomfortable topics, and I know what that's like. It's just like it's cringe inside, right? You're like, oh, I went through that. Like I don't want to talk about it. Like it's like our brain automatically wants to protect ourselves, right? Like we don't want to deal with it. We don't want to talk about it. We like sometimes I don't even want to watch true crime cases, right? Like that's how we feel. I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. But we see it in true crime. And so we need to talk about it, and we need to be okay with talking about all these subjects. Melly pep talk, soapbox conversation. No, I'm kidding. But really.
But before that, while I was at my blood work appointment, he actually called me. He said, hey, I'm so sorry. I left my phone at home. I was running some errands. This morning, we made super great time. She got ready super fast. We left super early. I offered her McDonald's multiple times, but she refused. So she asked to be dropped off early. And so he did.
Does she ever go to school? Does she ever ask to go? Because sometimes kids don't want to go to school, period. Is it normal for her to ask to be dropped off early?
Yes, sometimes.
Good idea, Mary Beth. I will do this.
Multiple times to ask her to drop her off early. She wants to meet up with her friends, or she wants to get there earlier and earlier just to meet up with her friends.
But you still drop her off at the school?
Yes.
Okay. So she hangs out with her friends within the school.
Yes.
Okay.
The only reason I think he did not take her to school directly that morning is because she has voiced multiple times, hey, is Stefan taking me to school? Can you please drop me off far away? She's embarrassed by his car. It's a Cadillac, it's not that old, but to her it's an old hoopty. She can't be seen in it. She doesn't want to be seen in it. So she's made that comment before, please drop me off far away. I want to walk. But yeah. When you look at the car, to me it looks like a normal car. It looks old, but
Gotcha. Okay, so what?
Fem says, I hate that I associate King with being bullied and treated like I'm super submissive for standing up to prejudice. Right? She's a dirty. I agree with you, Wednesday. Jude drops that she's a dirty potato. A dirty potato. Do you want to be monetized? You're so close. Oh yeah, thanks, teacher. It's not even about that. I think like previously, okay, so recently, like I've gone through some stuff on YouTube, right? I know. Can we talk about, we need a Melly after dark, like a catch up. And that's an inside joke. If you watch Pulp Fiction, you know what I'm talking about. But I feel like people judge you. And like recently I had someone try to like blackmail me on the internet for like trauma and like issues. And it's disgusting. It's like, and that's where I mean, like, I wish we could just talk. Like, I know that everyone here is like legit and good people, but it's like, I would want to have a personal conversation where like, you're right, we don't have any trolls, right? And it's all good people because we want to talk about like our personal stuff. Baby tomato, Lily, I love you. I love you. And so like when I say like, oh, I do want to bring people up on panel and I want to talk about things like that in life situations and my personal experiences, because it's not about me wanting to hide things. It's about like there's a right place, a time and place for everything, right? And so like I just want to make sure that we all have a safe space to talk. And I know that it is my channel, but I can't, as much as I want to protect my people and my channel from the evil people that surround the YouTube streets, I can't, right? And so I think a lot of us watch a lot of people that might not be good people. And so I just, if we were going to talk about like our trauma and our issues, I just want to make sure it's like a safe place. And this is a safe place. So I do want to do like a panel, with that being said, or panel, or like a maybe like a members only, but I don't want to do like a paywall thing. I'm not like that. I'm not not about to paywall something like to deal with that. Really. The money thing is like not an issue for me here. I just want to, I have a passion for true crime, and like I think my experiences and our experiences together as one, it can benefit and help other people. Now I'm going off again. We're going off on a tangent. You guys are cool to have these conversations with, though. How many subs do you need to get? Yeah, so I'm close. I'm close, fam. I need a couple. I mean, I need like 20 more subs or something. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. No, but like I'm here for the vibes. I don't want the money like or none of that. I just want like good people to know me for who I am and to respect that and like get to know me, right? You see and hear things about people all day all online. And so just like the respect of giving me that respect is like it speaks volumes, and that we can have people who come together here and hang out and chill and no judgment. Like we're hanging out right now, we're vibing. Like I feel like I could invite all of you guys over and we would be vibing like this, right? And so that's all. I just want, I guess what I'm saying is like who you support online, coming from someone who mods for so many people, right? And is online all day. Like I see shit all day long. And so I feel like just like supporting good people. That's all. Just like know who you're putting your money into. And that's why I don't want to do any of that. I just want you guys to like know me for who I am. But take it from coming from me. And like vice versa, right? We have a good community. Let's talk about true crime. We're not here to bully anyone. We're not here to blackmail anyone. We're not here to make someone feel like shit about their trauma. We're not here at least on this platform. I know a lot of other people don't care about that kind of stuff, but I take into account mental health and like being in a dark place. And like I've said it before on my Melly After Darks that I have taken off from my platform. Like people will never forget what, like, you can have everything, the fancy things and the luxurious things and the material things, but people will never forget how you make them feel. And at the end of the day, I think that's just all I want for my channel. Like good people, good place.
So-
Would he come here? Would you go
Coming
there?
He would come here. He's only been gone for the last 2 months. So he's come here those few times.
Okay.
I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Lily, Sam. I'm not perfect. I keep it real, but I'm not perfect. We'll get into that later. Secret.
And then he had told me he was like frustrated, I guess. I'm gonna use the word frustrated.
Okay.
Mary Beth says, I hate when I go to a channel, I get ignored. I don't. Oh yeah, no. You have to make sure you find the right vibes, right? And like where you put your energy. Like if you're gonna be watching someone all day long and they're not really good people, like what are you really doing, right? And I'm not trying to discourage you. Like just know that, just make sure you know where you're putting your energy, your time, and your money. And that's all I have to say. And like for me here, you can come chill here. You know where to find me. You guys know stuff that has been said about me on YouTube. You know me from modding everywhere. I have a lot of tea. I have so much stuff I want to talk about, and it's not the live right now. This is about Maddie Soto. It's not a Melly After Dark. It might not be a Melly After Dark. I might just make it like a live where we do like, I have a lot to say. I think we should talk. I have a lot to say. We're getting into different conversations, but let's finish this and then we can talk. Let's put that thought down at the family dinner table and we'll get back to it. Okay? Put it in a little box. We'll touch back.
But I know he's
Sidebars.
had sexual relations with
Sidebars.
people.
Yes, Lily.
But I'm not bothered by that. That's whatever he needs to do.
Yes, Mary Beth. We love you, Mary Beth.
But yeah.
Okay.
I want to like stop this interview and we can just like turn this into like a Melly After Dark, because I feel like you guys are saying such good things. I have a lot of people in my opinions of why people look the other way in these groups. Lily Lowers, no, I'm all about my person. And Wednesday, you are a person like you're very strong and kind, and we're still gonna do like our panel where we talk about this. Like I said, there's a time and place for everything, right? Patience is a virtue. We'll get to it. We'll I think Wednesday and I have some stuff to say about that.
Well, obviously there's a little bit of, actually I don't want to get to that yet. Who drives your car?
Primarily me. On Monday night, he drove my car.
Monday night when?
After we went to bed, after the cops had been called and all that, he took my car and decided to drive around to see if he could keep searching for her, looking for her, seeing.
Okay, well, life artist. I haven't checked my
What
YouTube
time was
email
that,
in like a
remember?
couple days. I'll check it.
I don't know. I know he took my car and left because when I got into the front seat of the car had been adjusted. And he's like, remember I said I was going to go out? And I'm like, yeah, that's right. You did tell me that you were going to go out. I just
Pause. Kim, but Melly, you drop breadcrumbs and then won't spill the tea. You're right.
don't remember. He never told me what time or anything. But he did mention earlier Monday, I'm going to drive around. I can't just sit at home. I need to be looking for her. And I'm just like, okay, that's fine.
You don't remember if that was in the evening or?
True.
Like sometime
Red
before
curtain.
midnight, after midnight?
Oh, before midnight.
Okay.
I go to bed. Well, that was Monday night. Not sure what time I went to bed Monday night. I want to say before midnight because I have to take my meds and I have to go to sleep. They only work if I take them.
Wait, I don't want to miss what you're saying, Mom. My parents were protective. I had my own room, yet a trusted person touched me. I didn't tell my parents until they were shocked. I never said anything out of fear. So what is it like now? Do they know? Were they held accountable? How do you feel? I'm here for you, military mom. Thank you for sharing that here on my channel. I think that's very strong of you. And it speaks volumes on some sort of healing you've done, right? To be able to speak about things like that and to recognize just in itself, you are not alone. And that's what I mean by like trauma and SA abuse in these cases. They're so iffy. It makes you cringe. But it's like your situation was cringe. It's like SA abuse is something like that you can't control. It's like it's so out of your control. And that's like the damage that it does to the psyche, right? Like it's for Maddie, I'm like, how does she even deal with it when most adults can't deal with it? I've been in mental health groups where people are like older than I am and they have trouble dealing with trauma, right? And so like my whole thing is like it does affect everyone and it needs to be, I wish in the justice system that SA and grape was considered like a more detrimental charge. I think that there should be no predators walking on the street in a perfect world, right? In my perfect world. And that's inevitable. There's evil people walking amongst us. And we just need to recognize that. And I feel for you, military mom, but I love you and we're here for you. And that's, those are the things that I want to talk about here on my channel, truly. Personal
Every
experience.
my way, my meds. So I have to follow a strict routine with them. I'm gonna say it was before midnight.
Yes, Kim.
Okay, and then when you got into your car, when you didn't notice that the car was, or the seat was back?
Yesterday.
Yes, H teacher. It's very true.
Yesterday, whenever we got kicked out of the house, whenever they told us we couldn't go back in, forensics was coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got into the car and I was like, oh, the seat's adjusted. I'm like, did you get in it? He's like, yeah, I took a drive last night, remember? I'm like, oh yeah, you did. You told me that.
So Monday night, did you ever come here to the sheriff's office Monday night?
No.
No, okay. Did Stefan come here
I don't think
that you
so.
know of? Okay. Do you know? Were they talked to here or?
No, they were talked at place of business originally where they did the report. And then we have been in contact with her at her apartment, but that was after the initial report was made.
That was last night.
Yes. Yesterday, the other detective, Frank, responded around 10 o'clock in the morning and started looking at the school. I'm not sure when the initial contact was made with her. I want to say it was like around 11 or 12, right? At your apartment. And we've been in contact with her since then.
Okay. All right.
Kim, you said
Now,
it.
I understand that a detective recently showed you some pictures of not so pleasant things.
And this is like my thing why I'm so interested in true crime and like the mental health part of it and why I'm in school for it. Lily says it's so unfortunate and common. Why do adults do nasty shit? Right. And it goes back to like, do hurt people hurt people? Do abused children do the same thing? Question mark. What makes people do this, right? Like what in their brain? Because it's not normal. It's not. It's just absolutely not. I've been through a lot of mental health stuff. Like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, sometimes people ask me like, oh Melly, how do you stay so neutral and like chats, modding and stuff? And it's like, I think because I have been through it, that it's like, I refuse to partake because I know so much of it, right? And so like for mental health, it's like I don't, at what point does that become okay? Like what was going on here? And the disconnect, like where does that happen, right? Looking back on it now. My best as I was essay abused and was felt like it was my fault, so I never really addressed it again. The way people respond to it is important. Okay, that's a different situation. Yeah. Someone said earlier, who was it in the chat that said it was like taboo? It is. I grew up in a Hispanic culture where like abuse, alcoholism, and like etc. They weren't acknowledged and accepted nor talked about, but it was happening, right? Like my mom grew up in a really abusive with a really bad alcoholic dad, right? And so like she wasn't even comfortable to talk about it until I was like until recently, like within the last like 10 years. And I'm like, really? Like you birthed me and I've been around for this long, but I don't blame her. And I think it explains the dynamics of my relationships with my grandparents, right? It was like they kept me afar, close, but far enough, right? And now I understand. And it's like my mom, sadly, she could never sit here and talk about this like I am talking about now. And so, um, I agree with you, Mary Beth. It needs to be addressed and normalized. I know it's sick. How can you say, Melly, that normalized trauma and SA abuse and trauma from SA abuse like needs to be normalized? We see it so much in true crime. Why is it so weird and uncomfortable to talk about it? It happens. It's people who have dealt with it, I think are it's like I call them aliens. Like everyone who's dealt with trauma, I call them aliens in my world. It's like it's so you're so removed from what the trauma that you dealt with removed you so much from reality and has brought you back and you're able to be a good human. It's that's like on another level. We're ranting. I'm gonna shut up now. Let's continue with Jen Soto.
Okay. What was discussed at that point?
They asked me if I recognized the penis. In one image I didn't. In the other image, not that I recognized the penis exactly, but I recognized the things around the penis.
Ew.
Like what, clothing or?
Clothing and like a pillowcase.
Okay.
That was like underneath the penis in the picture. So I recognized that.
Did he explain to you where those images came from?
He said Stefan's phone. Is that correct?
Did he explain to you the content of those pictures?
I'm not sure.
Augie, I love what you just said. Jen is an unfit parent. She had support of her family. Makes my blood boil as a parent of ADHD boy with list of trauma conditions due to physical illness and no support. I'll always fight for him. And that's the thing, Augie, is like you're a whole different human, right? I know you for a long time. You're a beautiful human. And so for me, it's easy to be like, yeah, that's Augie. That's what she would do for her son, right? But it's so much more than that. Like it's hard. It's difficult. Trauma's not easy. We all have our shit to deal with. I missed something Fem said. I see what I mean? Like we have such a good little like fam here. We can talk about this. I need to go back and like read what you guys are saying. At 15, my boss touched my boo and I gave him a black eye and I told him I was going to tell her his wife. He was so scared of me. Right. That's also not common to put up to your abuser or harasser. Is that a word? Harasser? Well, we just made it one. Thank you so much for the support. I've never, I shoved it back to the back. And also military mom, but don't shove it back to the back. Like, just know that you always have people you can talk to about it, and we're always here. And don't let it ruin your life. It speaks volumes on who you are to be able to get through trauma and SA abuse. It's a whole nother world. It literally, it takes your soul out of your body, and you have to like find a way to find your soul and put it back into your body. That's how I explain it to care homes that I work with, like runaway homes or houses that I work with children of SA abuse. It's like, you literally, the chemical makeup in your brain is never the same. And being also a science major, I do work in biomedical science. I know people are like, Melly's a liar. No, I'm not a liar. I do think it changes. There's so much to it, right? Crime, SA abuse, trauma. There's so much to it than just like being like, oh yeah, we all go through the same stuff. Like, there's so much more to it. So much.
Just explain that they were
It goes,
in his farm.
we can sit here and talk about it for
There's
days.
evidence that they've been
I'm someone you could talk about it with for
sexually
days.
active or doing things.
Like, for reals.
That's
What's Stefan's relationship with? What's their relationship like?
I was gonna say really good, super great. He's always been super sweet and kind to her, very accepting, warming, understanding of her, because she's got ADHD, so she's kind of a little, I'll say abnormal.
Mm-hmm.
In the sense, like, she doesn't act like every other kid, but you have to have extra patience and understanding for her. And he does that really well.
And she, right, from what I understand?
She just turned.
Just, when she's around Stefan, does she act any different?
No, she's happy, just like, hey, how are you?
What?
But she doesn't act any differently or weird around him.
I missed that part.
There's no really easy way to ask this, but
Is that really what Maddie said?
do you
No.
think it's possible that Stefan
Jen.
and her are having
We call
a
bullshit.
sexual relationship?
You guys know that game?
Before those images, I would have said absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're telling me that on the other side of that penis that they showed me was her with her mouth, then there's nothing else I can believe. That has to be true. But before that evidence, I would have said no.
Has Stefan always been, like, when you guys communicate and talk, or have you ever caught him in any kind of lies or not being truthful or anything like that?
No.
So he's been honest about everything, as far as you know?
As far as I know, yeah.
Mhm.
I've never had to question. If I've had questions, I've had answers. So
Mhm.
it was never, I never suspected anything.
How long have you lived in Kissimmee?
I lived in that house on and off since 11 months old.
Okay, so. Where else did you live other than that?
For a little while, I moved into my mother's house during COVID,
Where did she live?
in Hunters Creek.
Okay.
And then
Right, okay.
during COVID,
Yes. This comment.
it was another situation where he got promised the job down there and it didn't happen. We moved down there, got an apartment, and lived there for somewhere between 6 to 8 months. And
Moved down
then,
where?
I'm sorry, to Port Charlotte, Florida,
Okay.
which is next to Sarasota County.
Mhm.
It's in Charlotte County.
Mhm.
We moved down to Port Charlotte during the whole COVID, where everyone was quarantining time.
Mhm.
We moved during that time and stayed in Port Charlotte.
What about Stefan? How long has Stefan lived in Kissimmee?
I'll say on and off for 7 years or 6 years. The first, he was still staying at his parents.
Where does his parents live?
At the time, they lived in Winter Garden, Florida, but now they live in Northport, Florida. That's who he lives with down there.
Oh, okay. What about family? Any other family around here?
Who, him? No. I think he's got distant relatives, but nobody he's ever talked to like that.
What about friends, or you guys have friends? Are all your friends in Kissimmee?
All of his friends are in Northport, Florida. He made a big group of gaming friends down there. He's got some coworkers he talks to here. But no one I've seen him hang out with lately.
Yeah, Augie says, I have my own trauma, but when you have children, you put it behind you and you're there for your children. It should come naturally, right? Yeah, Mike is speaking some facts always. Yeah, drop it, you guys. Oh, I have to drop the Discord link so you guys can add to it. Sorry. Come join. Cool kids only. If you're not a cool kid, your ass is not going to be accepted. I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to be mean, but y'all know the vibes lately. I think it would make all of our year if they arrest her. I think she will be arrested. I think they will. They will get her for something, essentially.
Okay. What about you? Are your friends in Kissimmee, or?
Sorry.
Who Wednesday?
Do you mind sitting up for a second?
Yep. Give me 1 second, okay?
1 second, Jennifer. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no one.
Sorry.
Oh shit! Sorry. I'm so sorry. I have a horrible potty mouth.
So we were talking about Stefan's relationship with her, and when, like, if you aren't in the same room,
How do we communicate?
like texts.
No, we speak to each other.
Okay, so you call each other on the phone.
If she's in the same room?
No, if you guys aren't in the same room.
Oh.
Like if she's out with her friends, or you're at work, or.
Call or text, but she's really bad about responding. She'll put her phone on silent or do not disturb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And sometimes
life
she'll
artist.
respond to
Cool, nice
Okay.
kids.
How do you and Stefan normally communicate?
Via Google Meet, which is the video, not FaceTime, but the video chat for Android.
Okay.
We'll video chat pretty much all day.
Okay. Does Stefan ever talk on the phone?
Yeah,
How do they do that? How do they normally communicate?
video chat as well.
Okay.
But when she's on video chat, she's video chatting next to me, and we're all part of the conversation. They never go off on by themselves and have their own conversation. It's always all of us together.
Okay. Do they talk quite a bit? Do you know?
See, well, I'll say yes because we're all in the conversation together, and we stay on the phone for hours together.
Mhm.
So yeah, but that's all of us together.
Got it. Normal times of the day. I know kids sometimes are up late at night talking on the phone or anything like that. If Stefan's in Northport at home or with his parents, and you guys are here, and you guys are all talking, is it when normal people talk, or
Yeah.
in the early in the morning, or?
After school and before bedtime.
Okay. Do you know if has conversations with Stefan outside of your presence? Like, do they talk on the phone?
It's possible, but if I'm at home, I would know.
Gotcha.
Because
Okay.
she's always in my bedroom. She's hanging out in my bedroom or in her space, but
Mhm.
I can hear her in her bedroom, or I can hear her from my bedroom, so I would know.
Okay.
Wednesday says, I think my mom was following the example of her Mexican Catholic family who believed in forgiveness and hosted people all the time despite having 10 kids. That's a different Oh, I feel like that's a whole conversation too. We can get into like culture and stuff. Discord's free, Mary Beth. Yeah, join it. And if you don't know how to join it, we'll teach you. Don't worry, we got you. Oh yeah, you were thinking of Patreon. No, I don't have Patreon yet. Melanie, you need to do a tutorial. Okay, so what I do, okay, so this weekend, what I'm gonna do is I'll hold what I can do in Discord. We can do like a video chat, kind of like we do here, and we'll do like a little weekend get together, and we can go over like Discord. Yeah, sounds fun. We can talk about our issues too.
Now this is kind of going to get into a sensitive subject.
I like to
and
talk about that kind of stuff.
But there were images on his phone of them two being involved in a relationship. Now, has she ever disclosed to you or anything like that? If anything like that has happened between them? No? Okay. Has he ever mentioned to you, like, is he into any kind of, like, does he watch porn or anything that you know of?
Yeah.
I'm sure he does, but
Does he watch it around you or? Okay. I know some thing, or does he do that to your phone or anything like that? Okay.
we pretty much respect each other's privacy.
What about his phone? Do you ever go through her phone at all?
Sometimes, but not as much as I should probably.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Because you trust her.
Yeah, I've gone through her phone before though.
Okay. Anything abnormal that you would see in her phone?
But I thought no.
Not that you thought, or?
No, I'm saying like
never?
if I've never seen anything.
Gotcha.
No, but I'm
Got it,
saying
okay.
if you guys saw something, then I missed it.
No, I'm not saying that we have.
Okay.
No.
I missed it.
Stefan's phone is a different story.
Just going back to the comment you made about how you know that he was sexually active with someone else.
And I found out about it later. But there was a girl he had been hanging out with, a coworker. This is about over a year ago. He started.
I feel like Stefan Stearns was sexually active with everyone and abusing Maddie, and sexually active with everyone but Jen, right?
Started hanging out with a coworker,
No?
and I had suspicions
What
that
do you
they were
guys think?
sleeping together, but I would ask and he wouldn't confirm or say anything like that. But he didn't confirm until a few months later that yeah, they in fact did sleep together, and I was just like, well, okay, good to know. I was just checking to see if I had slept with him after that, and like, you know what I mean? Like I didn't want to have sex with him after he's had sex with somebody else. So
Yeah, Mike.
when he told me that, I was just checking with myself to see if that had happened, and it hadn't. So
And this got brought up on a conversation of you asking him if he was sexually active with someone, something on his phone, or was he texting off to
no,
the side?
it was a
or-
conversation that we had, and he just told me.
Was it a cordial conversation, or were you guys angry, or?
No.
Oh,
Sorry, when was the last time you guys were sexually active?
Never.
December of not December 2023, but December 2022.
Okay.
Wait, what?
At that point, I had decided that I wasn't interested in sex. I wasn't.
Wait, did she say the last time she was sexually active with him was of 2022? And this interview is February 28, 2024? Which we know he was abusing Maddie, but like, wait, did we hear that right? Why did I miss that earlier on another channel? So, like I said earlier, he wanted nothing to do with you on any term, on any level, Jen. Jen, sister, sit down, please. Have a seat. Have a seat, ma'am, in the jail cell.
Meds just really affected me, and I was just like, you know what? I think it took a while to
So
figure
rather
out
he
what was
wasn't
my meds.
interested
I
in
was
her
trying to figure
anymore,
out,
right,
was it
Mike?
my hormones in my body, like what was
Yeah,
going on, but it was
you
just
made
my
it.
meds. We narrowed it down to that. So when I realized that what was happening, I just had to accept it because it's either come off my meds or fix my sex drive. Well, come off my meds, fix my sex drive, or stay on my meds. I'm gonna stay on my meds. Like, I need to stay stable. So
I missed that.
yeah.
So she said pick her meds or her sex drive. She's gonna pick her meds. Michelle, you made it. Hi, welcome, love. I'm so happy you made it. I'm disgusted. Can I pause and take myself off the screen so I can vomit? Because, like, what? I missed this part.
Where have you guys been staying? I know you said they kicked you out of your apartment or whatever, but while they were at your apartment, where were you guys staying?
At a hotel right off the Disney property,
Yeah, Mike, he didn't want her anymore.
Home Suites by Marriott or something like that, on Western Way, off of 429.
Sounds
Okay.
good, Michelle. Glad
Did
you made it.
so you and Stefan have been together pretty much the whole time after? Have you guys always been together, or has there been times that you stay at the hotel or you work in, then him be out by himself?
When I woke up this morning, he wasn't there, and he was gone for about an hour. But he came back and he said he had gotten some Wawa, and then he got lost because he didn't have his GPS or phone on him or anything like that. It took him a while to get back to the hotel, but he found us eventually. I wondered that. I was just like, he left the hotel and didn't have a phone on him, didn't tell me where he went. I'm like, how is he going to find his way back? I don't think he even paid attention to how I got here because I'm the one who drove. I'm the one who knew where the hotel was. I was like, I don't know if he's going to figure it out, but he did. But he was gone for about, I was going to say an hour.
Okay. I think everything else right now.
I feel like, can I see that image of,
Why is she asking if she can see images of them?
I feel like,
What?
unless, I'm not going to believe it until I have confirmation. And I'm always going to have doubts unless I actually see it myself. And I don't want to leave here today and never have the opportunity again. Like, I want to.
No, I don't mind showing you, but they are difficult.
Thanks, Julie, for being here. Juju drops. Love you. Sounds good. I appreciate you for being here and showing up. You're always a real one, and I appreciate you and love you. Have a good day. Michelle says, I wish I'd have known you were live earlier. No, don't worry about it. Yeah, replay. And I go live. I try to go live every day. So we'll be live again tomorrow. Don't worry. But maybe set your notifications or join the Discord so you know when I'm going live. Cool kids only. Yeah, Mike's like he was on vacation. LMAO lost my ass. Right. Mike, you and I are on the same page on that.
Things to see. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just the one image.
I'm not sure which picture they showed you earlier. I don't think we might have the same pictures. We do have
It's
different
almost
pictures.
over, you guys. Thanks for hanging
But
out.
I don't know if I have the same one that the other detective showed you.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Do you still want to look?
Yes. Am I gonna clearly see her face?
Yes.
I missed that. Am I going to clearly see her face? I feel like she needs to be evaluated mentally for what she is saying here. Like, why don't you want to see her face when you know what's going on? Right? That's like a psychological thing.
And prior to this, have you known her to be sexually active with any boyfriends or friends?
Because she's trying to figure out what they have against them. Yeah, you're right.
That one right there is a no.
You saw through the picture?
I could, but you could turn around if you want.
She's looking at pictures of her daughter being abused right now.
Do you recognize anybody else that may be in that photo?
How would you guys be acting if you were looking at photographs of your daughter being assaulted? by your boyfriend right now, how would you be acting? Because I would not be acting this calm. Even though I consider myself a somewhat collected individual now as an adult, because I never was before. It took a lot to get there. I wouldn't say that I would just be like flipping through these pictures like, yeah, I don't recognize anything. Yeah, no, you know?
I know
I'm just
basically
being
it's
an
only
ass.
genitalia, but is there anything else in that photo that stands out to
Probably
you?
gas me for,
No.
yeah, same Wednesday. I'd be in Cubs. Right?
Anything in the background?
Is this a picture of a picture? Is this a picture of a phone? Like, is this back
Yes.
now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me see. Nothing I recognize in the background now. There's not much space. Okay.
If you don't mind asking, who keeps calling?
Everyone, the news,
Family and everything?
my family, they're all trying to figure out if I was the news, because last they heard I was going to the news conference and that I was gonna watch that, but that's not what happened. So they all want an update and see where I'm at and what I'm doing and what's the latest.
Yeah,
But
understandable.
Yeah, you can let them know that the reason it's taken so long is now this is now a Kissimmee police investigation,
yeah,
since that's where you guys live.
yeah.
Okay. I know this may not make sense to you, but amongst us it does. Sometimes when people call the police and then want to file a report, there's jurisdictional lines that we gotta follow.
Yeah.
Okay. So being that she was dropped off at school, that would make it Orange counties. Okay. But now we can't definitively say she was dropped off at school. We believe she was. We got to go on. We definitely know 100% that she was at home at your house on her way to school. So that's why we're involved. Okay, does that make sense to you now? Okay. I can't think of anything else right now for her. Anything else that we may miss that?
I know that you said that Stefan was out, right, looking for her that night. Do you remember what time he came back? Like when you woke up, was Stefan home?
Yes.
What time did you wake up?
Can I look at my phone and tell you?
Yeah, of course.
Exactly? Because it was phone calls that went through. Let me see if I can find it. We're talking about Tuesday morning, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, she
And
doesn't
while you're
sound
looking for the
shocked
time,
at
was there
all.
any specific reason
She's
on
like,
why
I
you
know.
wanted to
What's
use your
going on?
car instead of his?
Because he had just gotten a flat tire, so he's got a donut on his.
I appreciate you guys for hanging out. We're almost through it. Just a few more minutes. Yeah, I agree. Like you said, I would be losing my shit. Who would see images of their child doing these things? She's sick. She knew what had been going on. And she's trying to figure out what they have. She's trying to protect that chomo. Yes, Michelle. I agree with you. She's trying to protect her mans. The predator.
On one of the back wheels, and I told him not to drive the car because you can't drive very much on a donut, right? Like
Okay.
not fast and not far. So
Did he
I told-
explain any, like how the flat tire happened on the car, or
He was just
where
driving
he
down.
was when it?
And he was just driving down 192, and then he felt like a wobble or something weird, and then he pulled over and saw that the tire had like just shredded, just fell apart. So he pulled over into a plaza and changed the tire.
Do you know where about?
He says somewhere on 192, but he doesn't know exactly where because everything looks the same to him.
Mike says, hang on, give me 5. I'm getting lost in my own BS. Hey, sweet and salty. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you for stopping by and checking out.
Just, I mean,
Yeah. He doesn't know what business he may have stopped at or where. But I will tell you, Stefan also has ADHD. He's also very forgetful. It's like They're both the same. They both have ADHD. They're both very forgetful. They both have time blindness, which means they lose track of time. If they don't have a watch on them at all times, they've lost track of time. They don't know how long they've been taking. Hour or more long shower, not realizing she's been in the shower for very long. They're both the same in that respect. He's also on medication, which is making him super forgetful. It's an
Is this
anxiety.
new for him, or has he always had this?
Stuff. He's always had ADHD. I want to say that's probably the ADHD part that just, it's not, it's hard to manage and control, right? It's just how you are. And it's just a lot of those little things that just, it was just too much for me.
Too much for you,
I
Jen.
don't know what you're saying.
No, it's like,
Is it Jen? Is it Jen? Is it too much for you that you were dealing with all of this, but your daughter was being abused by your boyfriend for 5 years? Is it too much? How is it too much? Let's talk about it. Right? Hello? No, I'm not buying her shit.
Yeah, so right now,
he doesn't remember where he got this flat tire.
And he changed it himself, he said?
yes.
Okay.
And he said he hurt himself while doing it. I think his thumb got caught in between the thing that cranks the car up
Okay.
and like the frame.
Mhm.
Something twisted and fell on his finger, and he said he yanked out his finger really fast
Okay.
and hurt himself.
And so he used your car because of the flat tire. Okay. And then did you fund the time?
Sorry. I woke up around 8 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday.
And he was home?
Yes,
Was he awake, sleeping, or what was he doing?
asleep.
I have to keep pausing it because what you guys are saying is so good. I love you guys who are here. You guys have such good perspective and experience. I'm sorry, but you need to return your man card if you drive on a flat tire line. Mike, not Mike telling us we need to tell, right, Mike, tell Pig Vomit how he should be acting like a man. Austin, you made it. Hi, love. I'm so glad you made it. They are far from the same. Right. This is crazy. Wait, I missed something Wednesday said that I wanted to read. Oh, it was Michelle. Femme Dandy bullied and blocked by what community? Oh, yeah. Okay, you guys want to have a little Melly after dark? I think it's time. I think it's time. I said it, we were going to do it last weekend. I just was like, I don't want to cause any trouble. But I think it's time we talk about our feelings and what's going on because I see some comments in here. Okay, yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about who I want to expose too. Like, I mean, it's not the life. Let's finish this.
Okay. And then do you know if at any point during any of this, like if he's showered, he's changed?
No,
Not that you have physically seen?
no, I haven't seen him shower or change.
Okay.
Do you recognize that phone number?
No. Oh, sorry, we're almost done.
No worries.
I think he showered Natalie.
How long have you guys been roommates with
Right,
each other?
Mike.
With Angelica, almost 3 years. With Natalie, almost 2.
So I'm not sure if you guys went to the house at all.
You were there, but not inside.
Okay, so these bedrooms are numbered.
Some pig vomit. He's literal pig vomit.
Middle school, they were middle school best friends. So we've known her,
Come on, jalapeno.
I'd say more than half her life now.
I've done
20 plus
military,
years.
mom.
Angelica, I met her on Facebook Marketplace almost 3 years ago when she rented.
Looking for a place to
Still looking
live.
for a place, yeah.
How old is Angelica?
31, 32.
Okay, so they're both a little older.
Yeah, and Natalie's
Whoa, 31 is not old, okay?
36. Sorry.
Natalie is 33, I think.
Okay.
Okay. just a tabletop tournament
I don't
game.
want to hear about what he played.
Like,
Like, I'm sorry. I'm so irritated
I
with
can't
her.
say I know what. I don't think he's got triggers.
Have you ever experienced him outlash, like to the
I
extreme on
I can't
anybody?
with her
You,
stupid.
any of his family, or does he ever hit you or
Yeah,
just
Lily, that we
Oh,
do
Oh,
want
no,
her
never,
in shackles.
never. I'll say he does have like a little bit of a temper, but it's not anything I've ever been afraid of or been like, oh my God, he's gonna hit me, or oh my God, he's never like that.
Oh, so she's worried about him hitting her, but not him being
Have
touching
you
your
guys had
daughter?
any disagreements
Okay.
lately, recently?
Makes no sense.
No.
Okay. All right. I think we're gonna go talk to Stefan a little bit to see if he can maybe give a little bit more insight of what happened that day after you dropped her off.
Is he being placed under arrest because of those pictures?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's-
stupid. I'm
We haven't
sorry.
made that
guys.
determination yet, but
Like, what?
press charges since she's a juvenile?
No fucking idea. I didn't think it was in my power. I thought you guys just automatically did it.
What do you think should happen to him for these pictures?
It's crazy. Like, I saw the pictures, but I'm still in denial because, like, there's a penis there,
Mm-hmm.
but is he visual? Does he show up in any of the pictures?
Dude. We all know, right? Like, she knows what he looks like. I know we've heard the comments on this interview, but like, is she what is she even saying? She's like, oh, I can't believe it. I mean, it doesn't show his face, but his private part that
Is
I know
there-
what it looks like.
I mean, I don't know who.
I haven't seen all of the pictures, so I can't answer that truthfully.
because I can't.
Whether it's his penis or not, are you comfortable with him having content of someone else's penis
No.
on his phone?
That makes sense.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, no.
If I'm done with her. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done with
All
Jennifer.
right, you never talked about her being sexually active with anybody.
I've never even.
Tell her
Me
daughter
assuming
after
she
you-
had never been sexually active, I hadn't brought it up.
Has she ever had boyfriends in the past, or?
No, she's not allowed to date.
Okay. How does that make her feel? I know some teenagers want to have a boyfriend, and
Yeah, I think she was okay with it. She never complained and said, "You want to date this person, whatever." For a little while, she was like, "Someone, can they be my girlfriend or can they be my boyfriend?" And I'm just, I don't remember if it was a boy or girl. And I said, "I think you're a little too young for that. Let's just wait till you're older. Wait till you're older." And she was like, okay with that. Yeah, I know she recently had a crush on a boy.
Aren't you guys so curious when these calls are released between Jen and Pig Vomit in jail? Do you know? Like, how good that's
Has she
gonna
ever
be?
had boys
We
at the
want to
house?
know what she was saying to him.
No.
Protecting him.
have you ever had
Me,
anybody at
yeah.
your house, any male friends at your house?
I'm with you, Kim.
Not in years.
What about your roommates?
My roommate has a son who's 11 or 12, but he's darker skin complexion, but I don't think that would be his penis.
Do your roommates have boyfriends?
Not that I know of, I don't think they do.
Would there be any reason with if they have boyfriends with any other male?
With any other male? No.
So what do you think should happen to Stefan?
I'm afraid to say press charges, but what else? There's a side of me that wants to say he's innocent, that this isn't happened, but who else's penis could that be? She's not left alone with anyone else.
And why would they be on his phone?
Yeah, why would he be on his phone exactly? I don't know what to do.
Okay, we can revisit that. Because after we're done talking to him, I'll probably come back and talk to you for a little bit, just to give you an update and stuff like that, okay?
Can I make one decision now and change my mind later? If I decide not to press charges now, could I change my mind and press charges later?
It's a lot to digest. Okay, so I don't want to make you answer that right now, you know. But when we come back, we'll talk more about it. Okay, when I come back.
Let's take some time to process everything.
Because you're going through a lot right now.
Michelle, I just saw your comments too. I went back and read the chat. There's no hate. You're welcome here in this community. Don't feel bad. You didn't walk into anything other than Wednesday, and I have experienced things on the YouTube. It's not for this live again. I'm distracting. I'm sorry. But I just
right
wanted
now,
you to know that, Michelle. You're welcome.
In my
here no matter what.
eyes, it sounds bad, but almost secondary, because we want to worry about this afterwards. She's our main focus.
That's where I'm at. I know that the sexual acts happened. But I'm not convinced that he didn't take her to school. I'm not convinced that he's the reason she's gone. Because if this had been going on for so long, what's the motive? Why Monday? Why that day? Why the day after her birthday when we were supposed to spend the entire week together and have such a great time? Like we had plans. Like we knew we were just
Yeah, we're gonna
be
watch
together
that
week and
interview
we were gonna
next.
have a good time. So I just can't think like why.
When you say what's the motive, what are you assuming?
That she was taken. Not that anyone that I know has done something to her, because I feel like nobody I know would do something to her, would hurt her, would murder her, anything like that. I feel like, shoot. I just wonder if we're, like, I know the sexual acts happen, but I wonder if it's just completely separate to her actually going missing and just don't know. I don't know what to think.
You don't think Stefan has anything to do with her going missing?
I don't feel like he would. Why?
I'm just asking.
No, I know, but I'm just trying to figure out like, what would be the reason? Where would he take her? There's nowhere I can think that he could take her.
Yes, Mary Beth, I'm so glad you made it here. I'm really enjoying this live. Need some new friends, and just know you're always welcome here. No one here is a bully. No one here is gross. You can come here anytime you want. We're all welcoming and open. We're open arms, open heart, open mind.
That I
Goodbye.
hadn't heard of or known about,
Right?
or would be
That's who we
familiar
are
with.
here.
Because if
We're
not, I
good
would
people
tell
here.
you, shoot, okay, she could be here, she could be here, she could be here. There's nowhere I can think of.
Who does he know that lives in St. Cloud? You know where St. Cloud is.
I do know where St. Cloud is. Does he know anyone in St. Cloud?
Him or you?
I know people in St. Cloud.
Where? Where do they live?
I haven't seen him in a long while though. But one person lives close to Harmony.
Okay.
So driving all the way down St. Cloud, passing St. Cloud a little bit. One person
I'll
lives in
say
St. Cloud,
nobody
like
here
off
is
the old
gross.
Canoe Creek Road.
Okay.
Anyone he knows, I can't think of anyone that he would know.
Has
I know-
Stefan ever went with you to visit any of your friends in St. Cloud?
No,
So you're
Yeah.
not sure, does he know anybody in St. Cloud?
I'm not sure if he knows anyone in St. Cloud. I know the girl he dated or was sleeping with. I guess it's technically Kissimmee off of Michigan. That's technically Kissimmee. So no, it's not St. Cloud.
So he wanted everyone but Jen. He was sleeping with people at work, then this girl, and then abusing Maddie. That just made Laura had a comment about a collab. Oh yeah, we can talk about it on an After Dark. She always seems like she needs someone to give, yeah, Augie, to give her a good shake. Hey Scott, good to see you. Thank you for making it tonight. Yeah, okay, we're almost done. Like 2 more minutes and we're done with this interview, I think.
Let me ask you this. Now I'm going to get a little bit more in depth. Why would his car be in St. Cloud Monday?
I know he was going to a bunch of gaming stores, video game stores. Maybe not video game stores, but like board game stores, like where he can buy little miniatures and stuff. He also plays a card game. Also, I think he was looking for cards that day. A card game called Dorkana. I know he headed up. I think he told me the shops were off of 192 somewhere. I'm not sure how far they were. I don't know if they were in St. Cloud, but I know he headed in that direction Monday while I was at the doctor's appointment. Or no, just kidding. After.
Okay. When's the last time you've been in your car in St. Cloud?
Me? One second.
While you look for that, did anybody else drive your car while you guys were looking other than Stefan?
No. The last time I was in St. Cloud was February 7th. I had a doctor's appointment over there.
Okay. Who would have been driving your car between Monday and now? Other than you?
Stephanie.
Okay. 3 o'clock in the morning?
If he says he was out driving around, trying to think of places to look for.
Lily. They really don't know the difference.
You didn't go with him to look?
No.
Why?
I have to stay home, take my meds, and go to sleep.
Oh, I love you, Augie.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right, we're done. It's done. I can't listen to that potato anymore. Can you guys, like, Augie, I love you. Thanks for being here. We already know, right? We already know how that goes. We already know. We already know what's going on. I'm a little behind on the interviews, but it's just because, you know, there's so much true crime that I'm trying to cover here. We don't like Jen Soto. Arrest Jen Soto. Can I speak for all of us? We speak for all of us. Michelle, Melly After Dark is like, they're random. I do them and then they go down. It's like, we're gonna do one though tomorrow night. Yeah, we'll do like a thirsty Thursday Melly After Dark. I feel like we could talk about some stuff. I appreciate you guys for being here. You guys hung out for a long time. Michelle says, oh, when Jen misspeaks and says, just kidding, it's such an ODD thing to say about her. Yeah, she's a demon. I agree. I'm a very spiritual person. So for me, it was like a long time ago, I thought they were demons. Like, I don't see how, I don't see how like Maddie could have dealt with all of this. JS is not part Stephanie, JS is not part of the Cool Kids Club. Absolutely not. She'll be banned. She will be banned. She couldn't get help because she had to stay home to take meds to go to sleep. Yeah, all she cared about was sleeping, right? She was like, oh, I need to get my good night's sleep to go work at Disneyland. Melly After Dark. When Melly says, do you want to talk about bullying? Can we spill the tea? Wednesday, I'm starring this because I need to put this, like, I'm gonna like copy and paste that comment into my intro for Melly After Dark. Yeah, no, because like you know, before YouTube is a platform. It's a social media platform. Laws do apply. And so I wanted to make sure before I talk about things that I'm good, right? But Wednesday's right. There's a lot of things we can talk about on here. There's a lot of people we can expose, a lot of creators we can expose, a lot of team Ellie has. But at the end of the day, whether we believe in the justice system or not, or whether it's correct or not, we have to abide by it, right? And so, damn Ellie, classy. I can't. Lily, we have First Amendment rights. We can speak on it. Thank you guys for being here. Mike, I appreciate you and always being here and contributing. All of you had a great conversation, great experiences. I want to start doing like lives where we can have panels and have like people come up and talk. What do you think? Yeah? HC teacher, I don't have like a set schedule right now of when I go live. I usually do. I'm in Cali, so it's PS Pacific Central Time. So it's like I usually go live, like I try to go live in the daytime, like maybe like between 2 and 5, and then usually after 6:30 p.m. So once I get my channel to grow a little more, then we'll do like a set schedule kind of thing. But and there's so much. Oh my gosh, if you guys knew the cases I was digging into right now, like it's not even things. It's like the Ashley case. Please, if you haven't seen my Ashley series, go support, go watch. I'm going to make a playlist, but go back and watch if you haven't. It's so dear to my heart. I love it. I have some really good stuff coming up on Ashley. She will never be forgotten on this channel. She will forever be like part of the Melly channel. You guys know. Please watch it from part 1 to part 6 so you guys are caught up. We're going to be doing a lot of that. Yeah, and so we cover a lot. I have really good cases that I think need a lot of attention, old ones and new ones, and I've been doing a lot of digging. So we're gonna deep dive here. But I do want to keep the human element. So we're still gonna do Melly After Darks, although I have removed them all from my platform. We're still gonna do them. So tomorrow night we'll do a Melly After Dark, just a little family catch up. I appreciate you guys for being here tonight and covering the Jen Soto audio interview. Please make sure you guys hit the like button. Let me know in the comments if there's something, a case you want me to look into, try to get legal documents about. Please remember, stay kind, stay positive. Don't be a follower. Don't believe everything you hear on the YouTubes or on the internet. Make your own decisions and just be kind. That's all I have to say is like, okay, Wednesday, if you have to work, then maybe we'll have to reschedule it for when you don't have to work. I want you to be there. Thank you for the warm vibe. Oh, yeah. Everyone's cool here. You should never have a problem with anyone that comes to my channel. I'm a tease, yeah. Breadcrumbs. I appreciate you guys for hanging out. I love you guys. Please hit the like button. See you guys tomorrow for more true crime. And I will be redoing a couple things here on my channel, as you can see. Just because, you know, the vibes. We want good energy, good vibes. Anyways, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. Make sure you hit the like button. I love you. And like I said, please remember to show love to each other. Be kind. Join the Discord if you haven't. We can teach you where it's small. It's cool kids only, but we'll get it there. We'll get it there. Anyways, I appreciate you guys. Have a good night, and I will see you on the next one.